and a key supporter of this event is the GAA and Croke Park. And I call now on the Director General of Croke Park, Páraic. Sorry, Páraic. Páraic Duffy. He's from Monaghan, my own province. Sorry, Páraic, I had a mental blank there. This goes to prove every good plan does not work beyond the first moment. Páraic, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Peter. It actually might be a very good thing, because when I finish speaking, it might be all the better if people don't know who I am. So, very briefly, while I'm fresh and Fáilte, Park and Croke, you're all very welcome to Croke Park, and just like to associate myself with the welcome remarks of the Lord Mayor. Croke Park is the headquarters of the GAA, the Gaelic Athletic Association, and it's also, as you will have noted, perhaps our biggest stadium. And I'm going to speak very briefly for a few moments about the power of sport to build community, and make a few comments about that in the context of our experience in the GAA. You'll see on your table there, there's a small information booklet about the GAA in Croke Park, and maybe that's something you might take home with you and browse through. And as I said, it's pretty informative as to the kind of organisation we are. I know that many of you here are very familiar with the GAA, not only the Irish contingent, but also many of the American visitors and visitors from Britain would know a lot about the GAA already. But just a few, I suppose, maybe primary points I want to make. The GAA is Ireland's largest sporting organisation, and I think we can probably claim to be one of the greatest amateur sporting organisations in the world. Amateur in the sense that none of our players, even our players at the highest level, are paid. They play driven by the passion for the games and by the honour of representing their local communities. And that makes us pretty unique, I think, in terms of world sports. So that volunteer and community ethos remain the most important aspects of the GAA, with our very existence built around the concept of enhancing community life. The organisation is based on the traditional parishes and counties of Ireland, and it thrives and survives because of the link between GAA and community. Community identity, amateur status, and inclusiveness are our core values. The GAA is more than just about the games. We promote a sense of Irishness through the Gaelic games of hurling, football, handball and rounders, but we also have a strong commitment to promoting Irish language and music. And it's worth noting that 400 of our 2,000 clubs are scattered across the globe, many of them based in American cities that are represented here today. Next Sunday, I know that many of you will join us, along with 75,000 other spectators here in Croke Park, for two major football games. And those of you who come will see at first hand the passion of the people of the counties of Cavan, Tyrone, Kerry and Dublin for the teams that represent their counties. I noted the absolute confidence of the Lord Mayor. I would have a word of warning. I can tell you there are 15 footballers from Kerry who are coming here looking for revenge next Sunday. So I wouldn't be certain. But those players who come here next Sunday to represent their counties will go back to work on Monday morning as teachers, as accountants, as building workers, as students, whatever. Part of the community, go back to the communities which they will represent here next Sunday. And as the Lord Mayor said, I can guarantee you that next Sunday this place will be hopping. 75,000 people will make sure of that. The games themselves will be followed, as you know, next Sunday by a spectacular 30-minute event that commemorates through theatre, dance, song and poetry the 1916 Rising, exactly 100 years to the day from the start of the Rising. Next Sunday, the 1916 Rising began on the 24th of April, 1916, and it's absolutely wonderful that next Sunday we'll have so many of you will be present from many parts of the States, from Britain, from Guadalajara, to see us celebrate, commemorate that event 100 years exactly to the day. It'll be a very special day, and I'm so pleased that many of you will join us in that. I think, as you know, all of you here know, the history of Ireland has always been intertwined with the story of emigration, and many of the Irish who have travelled abroad have tried to recreate that spirit of community, whether it's in the UK, USA or whatever. In the past 10 years, there's been a 100% growth in the number of GAA clubs outside Ireland, and we now have more than 400 clubs overseas in Britain, USA, Europe, Canada, Australia, Middle East and Asia. This August, 82 teams from cities in Britain, Europe, USA, Canada, Australia, Middle East and Asia are coming here for our World Games. And as much as it is a chance to play the sports they grew up with, these clubs are about recreating that sense of community with which the GAA provides in Ireland. For our emigrants abroad, they're crucial in terms of meeting new people, making new friends. They provide a community and business network that allows our emigrants the opportunity to retain their Irish identity and thrive in their new existence. We work very closely with the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade who see GAA clubs as providing the most direct access to our emigrants abroad. The practice of twinning cities is a long-held one, and it allows for the sharing of cultures and experiences, of languages and of people. And I do believe that there are opportunities through GAA clubs at home and abroad to enhance the city-to-city connection of the sister cities concept. I also believe that one of the most effective ways of making the city-to-city connection relevant to our citizens is through sport, and I hope that we can have a role to play in developing those linkages. I wish you all a very pleasant weekend, a great and successful summit, and as I said, I hope we'll see many of you here in Croke Park on Sunday next. Go raibh míle maith agaibh go léir.